right, ebusia for inside head and say me ma obi bia kwaba strong for eba possible TVG. Meeting a different statue aka possible me this adom ya hwe into yakopon adom ye na ye ho ye. Unim say anytime bia me nya agima kunya senator so my kon ga na emu nsem na madom support akohwe bia me de bi eba beso. Ebusia me no ka so di ba ku bi adrop. Inside head and say me pese me say wada jan. Yenko ti nsem e audio we me wi ani a share den comment.
Now, Kwesi Pratt, the news editor for the Insight newspaper. Now, Kwesi Pratt is also a social commentator. Yeah, we see a video which Kwesi Pratt and when someone walk can be mebo amweti video no lie. Kwesi Pratt and when someone all can actually say or some people NDC party no man. Or say they lack common sense and can anyone penning for decision makers no. Or say be critical thinking back who create anywhere or party no. Na the Kwesi Pratt can say and say or say NDC amanyuku no etimi take decisions bi pa na so tie no should you say we enkrakra betimi aye ade we enkrakra biti wo but we say BT NDC for kokra na afi e bi wi say no party no etimi yante e wo form na Kwesi Pratt the ama okasa and say or say o share party omo ewo MPs almost equal to majority ya say enkombeti me utilize the aye niema bi anke eye serious na etimi a challenge aban no also going say NDC for omo for etimi atiki ade bi ebe wi say na akọ affect omo MPs ne e parliament na for omo po adwuma troka na Kwesi Pratt say o share prime minister eba was who baby cry say nyansa na asa sa adwen no NDC mpanimfo etimi nya say they are going to hold early primaries because the moment abeka say who hold the primaries pe no a safety MPs no war parliament ni nyina adwene ekọ because obi ekọ struggle for the seat and no ever say when say a shift o madwen free the serious parliament business as ekọ so nti when say adibi ebeba as enka party no ana say MPs ni nyina etimi ka bom nya adwen kro no mutimi ene aban na osisu no etimi de face no when say obia e focus attend ekọ primary so enti niema bi esenka in unison no mutimi eye no omo ntimi nye na oso wo hwe MPP amanyuku ma isan so ominim nyansa na enim di fom na party no me serious no more critical thinkers leaders omo dwene ekọ akiri no also matimi atrase ehun se no eso matimi twi omo primaries etimi ko share chiri kra se be ya endru se party be announce say ye ko primaries na nke ekwa gura abatu no mu an say that time no as a serious business be ahead any parliament no say enkodru that time no say NPP MPs no omo nyina wo focus omo nyina no united e parliament bo say omo de NDC MPs no pieto be twi anwea sa ha kosi sa abre no wo say enye no nwanwa de wi aniema ekọ na sa afei adibi aba parliament ani etwa fa NDC for so NDC for MPs omutimi kan ya adwen bom ye kwa Kwesi be wi ase na ase no o se ni nyina leadership failure leadership crisis o se critical thinkers ba kokra any party no eno na ama NDC MPs na e parliament no se bi niema bi wo ha omo ye the way omo behave the way they are doing o se senka party no e wo critical thinkers a niema bi wo ha abusua enke ntwimfa NDC for so yonkoni nkotie Kwesi Pratt na nimu nsem.
And we are supposed to be discussing the arrangements, especially timings, for elections within the new patriotic party. Is that not the case? Yeah. Senator, this is one area where the new patriotic party has displayed superior thinking and planning. Far superior to the thinking and planning in the National Democratic Congress. What have they done? They have taken cognizance of the fact that they officially have 137 members of parliament, and the National Democratic Congress has 136. They've taken note of that fact. Okay. Now, how has that fact influenced their planning? They know that from today up to the end of their term, they will be sending government business to Parliament for approval. They are fully keenly aware of that. So if they schedule the election of their parliamentarians today, or within a short time, some of their parliamentarians are likely to lose the primaries. Some of them are going to be contested and so on. And therefore, they are not likely to get the 137 in Parliament to be approving government business. So they push it as far as possible to enable them retain that 137 in Parliament to do their business in Parliament, to approve their stuff in Parliament. Is this not strategic thinking? On the other hand, what has the NDC done? The NDC is rushing into primaries. And what is the effect going to be? I hope you guys are listening. What is the effect going to be? Some of the NDC parliamentarians are going to lose to challengers. Now, when the NDC parliamentarians already we are down by one, let us assume that 3 go to primaries and lose. What is the incentive for them to continue to go to Parliament, to go and vote against government decisions and so on? What is the incentive? So we are already handicapped by one. In the final analysis, we are going to be handicapped by more than one. Does it make sense? What kind of thinking went into that decision? In any case, if you insist that your parliamentarians should now go to their constituencies and compete to be elected, how can you keep them in the Parliament House? So the only sensible thing to do at this stage is to provide some protection. I'm not saying permanent protection, so some protection for sitting MPs so they can stay in the House and do your work for you. Is this rocket science? Common sense. Is this rocket science? Pardon?
No, sorry.
Is this rocket science, Senna? What is the rush for NDC to go now to primaries in Parliament? Well, why is the rush? Master, minimum, bottom line. You have how many offered constituencies? You have more than 100 offered constituencies. Constituencies where you are not there at all. You don't have MPs. If you are doing strategic planning, you can then decide that, look, for now, let the orphan constituencies compete to elect parliamentary candidates. As for those who are in Parliament, we are protecting them until next year. Okay? So that you can continue to have the numbers in Parliament to vote. You are doing orphan constituencies and constituencies where you have sitting MPs together at the same time. To what advantage? What value is that? What advantage do you get? I can't believe some of these things. Where is the need to rush? You see, any wonder, Master, any wonder the NPP has a free hand to do as it please, to mess us up and so on. Because the strategic thinking in the NDC is poor. Very, very poor. If I had my chance, unless there are compelling reasons, Master, listen to me, unless there are very compelling reasons, you retain your sitting MPs. They will come to you and tell you that, oh, it is democracy. Everybody has a chance to contest and so on. Yes, it is democracy. But one other element of democracy is that you need to manage expectations. It's also part of democracy. You need to manage expectations. You need to think, to do strategic thinking and so on. Planning is an essential part of democracy. So this whole thing about, oh, it is democratic and so on, it doesn't cut with me. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't cut. But you know why they have this problem? They have this problem because of a leadership failure earlier on. That leadership failure, if they didn't have that leadership failure, that whole contest in NPP where everybody contested, everybody would not have happened. Take it from me, Senna. Does it really matter whether Asenu Ketia is national chairman or Fusion Pofo is national chairman? Does it really matter? And show me how it matters. Show me how it matters. Does it matter really whether Elvis Afuye Ankara is general secretary or Fifi Kwesi is general secretary? Does it really matter? Given the fact that you have this hot impending election, if I had my way, everybody would have stayed put. Common sense. That unites the party, that saves resources, and that ensures that you have a formidable force to compete with your opponents. But that didn't happen. So it was free for all. Everybody fought everybody and so on. I don't care. First of all, I'm not a member of that party. Secondly, my mouth won't go far inside that party. You understand? So they did what they had to do. Now, if you had allowed everybody to contest everybody, how do you then turn to the parliamentary level and say that some people should not contest? You understand what I'm saying? So that mistake was made ab initio earlier on. Now, at the parliamentary level, free for all. Everybody is going to help everybody. Everybody is going to contest everybody. Your parliamentarians are going to feel so challenged, and so on, that they will do things which will also enable them to retain their seats. This allegation about some of them collecting money, why do you think that they were collecting money if they collected money? Why do you think that they collected money? I'm not saying that collecting money is good, but to push them to the extent where they have to fight for their survival. And some of these MPs have empty pockets. Master, you hear their salary, so you think it's something. Just calculate how each of them spends. One weekend, I know an MP who went to 6 funerals on a weekend. They said that's all when we go to 12.
That's a small.
Okay.
That means
That's a weekend.
Do you think that if an MP goes to a funeral, he can go and contribute 100 cedis?
No.
He can go and donate 100 cedis? MP, you want to be re-elected, you are going to a funeral, you are going to give 100 cedis. Are you mad? So, in our part, maybe in the north, in the Muslim areas and so on, it's not so huge. But in the south, you go to a funeral in Bantama, MP, and your donation is 100 cedis. Not finished, you won't come back again. So let us assume that he's doing even 500 cedis per funeral. 6 funerals is how much? 3,000 one weekend. If there are 4 weekends in a month, that alone is 12,000.
more than his salary.
You have not added those who are coming for school fees subsidy, those who are coming for health subsidy, and so on.
Marrying a second wife to his one.
That's a serious matter. and the one who called his MP and said, Honorable, all of a sudden my wife has given birth.
All of a sudden. Oh, you get it.
All of a sudden my wife has given birth. And so, you understand? So the NDC should have done some strategic thinking. It has failed to do the strategic thinking that it ought to do, and it will pay a heavy price for failing to do strategic thinking.
Thank you. Okay, this is Joseph Stekler responding to you. Says Uncle Pratt, even when you protect the NDC MPs, they will still do the bidding of the MPP. As they have shown, it is better the NDC takes the risk now or regret later. Rafael Ado also says, Mr. Pratt, these NDC MPs are not trustworthy. So those are 2 responses on Facebook.
The problem is that they are not trustworthy. Let us say that they are not trustworthy. The problem is that we are not going to have the numbers to win anything in Parliament. And if we are not going to have the numbers to win anything in Parliament, remember that these elections will be governed by rules and so on. Remember that it is possible for Apia Hine and others to get their way in Parliament. And what will those consequences be? Now at least all the MPs are hiding. None of them can come forward and say that I voted this way or voted that way. They know public pressure is on them. Now you are going to put them in a position where the situation is going to be worse than it was before. That is not strategic thinking.
This sounds like a similar discussion I had with Honorable Suhini. I'll come to you shortly. Mr. Fine, I wonder why.
Okay. You know, Sana,